I saw there were several people waiting and asking questions, so I thought, well, might as well just go ahead and get started. Give ourselves a few extra minutes here. Well, Happy New Year! I can't believe it. We all made it to 2021. Jerry is going to be joining me soon, but he had to take a shower. He wanted to take a shower, so so he'll be joining us. But I got a nice fire going, and obviously the Christmas tree is still up. Yeah, so I obviously didn't get home till 2 days before Christmas, so I'm sort of trying to drag Christmas out as long as I possibly can. That's why the tree is still up. But here we are. It's so awesome to get to do this, because I feel like with my videos, it's more difficult to talk directly to you all, and my videos from the trail have had a tendency to be delayed. So it's just nice to be able to be here. So I'm gonna try this particular live video. I'm just gonna kind of go ahead and say this, even though I know we're live obviously right now, but when it's not live anymore, I want to try to say hi to all of you all. So if you're watching this, just bear with me. But I know I've done several lives, and I have a tendency not to always say hi. So I'm going to try really hard to say hi to everybody. And if I get your names said wrong, I do apologize. But I'm just going to start down the list here and say hello to Dee O'Connell, to Barbara Laverick, and I won't get to your question here soon, to Gail and Mark Higgs, to 4512 Red, and I know you've said your name before, I believe, and I apologize, I don't remember it. Mike Bowers, hello. Rose Hunt, Mark, oh my gosh, Reberor, oh my God, I'm probably just totally saying your name wrong, and I apologize. Mark is one of the gentlemen who helped me out when I was in Vermont and helped me do some slack packing and things. Hello, Brad Travis, another big helper of mine through my through hike. And Gail and Mark Higgs, of course, you all remember them. They helped me get from Harper's Ferry up to Maine. Oh, I'm sorry, not up to Maine, good gracious. Let me start over again, from Damascus to Harper's Ferry. Hello, Bill Thompson, Lisa Marie, Kendra Hessel, Lisa Bennett, Dave Clark, Dan, hello, good evening. Mountain Daddy Adventures, Ricardo Solis, Linda Simmons and Wolf, Ladybird Treks. Hello from Michigan, Northern Michigan. Hello, Patty Wood, Melissa Rand, Shia 317, Lark 518 Photography, Mark Moore, Tanya Connor, Shane Gilland, Kelly Sachs, Walking Off the Crazy, Nice Fire, thank you very much. I'm getting a little bit warm, I'll just tell you the truth. Rhonda from Arkansas, CW6691, Yankees Outdoor Adventures, hello. Lisa Hikes, Gary Oakman, Melissa Rand, Chris Price, Sue Gray. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. Stephanie Nyan, oh my gosh, I apologize because, yeah, I know I'm not saying your name right, I apologize. Christy, CP, Claudia, Bill Fisher, Brenda Stevens, hello Brenda, Trek Linda, Really Rhonda, Philip Holcomb, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, Dawn and Robin, Lauren Danielson, Finley Winters Hikes, Joe Martin, Blondes Adventures, Lori Keppa, Jennifer Prater, The Traveling Hooser, Locke McKinnon, Julia M, Blondes Adventures, Hank's Outdoor Adventures, Smoky Mountain Hiker, Viking Ventures, Rich Burns, Big Red Dogs, Dawn Ferguson. I apologize, I'm kind of trying to go through that quickly so we're not spending forever saying hi. But I do want to say hi to you all, because you all have to know that my success with my thru hike had a huge, you all played a huge part in that. And I think it would be I can't think of the word I'm trying to say right this second, but for me not to say that would be wrong, because you all have just been so supportive in so many different ways. And hi, Rachel. And I truly believe it's one of the reasons why I was able to be successful. I definitely think this through hike was, well, it was definitely physical. I mean, there's no getting around that. A through hike is freaking hard. And an Appalachian Trail through hike is ridiculously hard. And I'm going to tell you that if you have plans to do it, that don't take that as oh, I shouldn't do it. Just know that it is going to be probably one of the physically toughest things you'll ever do in your life. And maybe the physically toughest. And so definitely don't get around the physical part, but even more so the mental part. I think the mental part can really make or break you. And I think that probably is for a lot of people who do a through hike, or who attempt a through hike. All right, so let me get back up to the top. Let's get into some questions, because I know you all have a bunch of questions. And I just want to say that, so this week, since I got off trail, I finished my through hike on December the 23rd. And, you know, obviously that was right before the holidays. So it's just been kind of a really busy week for me. I haven't really done a whole lot of what I would call relaxing. I mean, relaxing in sense of not hiking every day and not working hours a day. But I probably realized I'm not really much of I get bored sitting for too long. But I've been pretty busy, like trying to do stuff in regards to the through hike. And so, yeah, it's been a really busy week, and I haven't really probably had a chance to truly process everything, or the fact that, you know, it's all done. I mean, I know it's all done, and in some ways it's really weird, because it almost feels like a dream. Like, did it happen? I mean, like, was I really hiking on the trail like most of 2020? It's just crazy. But anyway, but the point of all of that is the fact that I will be doing several videos, so y'all don't have to worry. I'm not like going away and there's not gonna be any more videos. I'm definitely gonna do several AT related videos. One that will be coming up, and I've decided I'll probably do like weekly videos at this point. The first one that you'll see after this live video, which at this point I think it'll be like a week from now, will be a gear video. If you're like me and like gear, here, hang 44 on this side. Here comes Jerry over here. Oh, he's messing with the fire. There's Jerry. As you can see, we're sitting in our living room floor because this is a pretty view. Anyway, I got so many questions I can get to. But anyway, what was I saying? Jerry distracted me.
Boo.
Boo. All I had to wear is a Tool shirt. You didn't wear an AT shirt? Like, oh, here's my Blaze shirt. Anyway, point being is I have a gear video coming out with basically all the gear that I finished my hike with. And it's funny because I decided to go back and watch my initial gear video, and I'm just sort of like laughing at myself, like, yeah, you're not gonna be carrying that very much longer. You know, all this stuff you end up changing or just not needing as much of. So anyway, let's get to some questions. So let's go back up to the top of our chat feed here. Let's see, Barbara asked, did the new shoes work to reduce your foot and leg pain at the end of your hike? Okay, so the shoes, I think the shoes were definitely helpful in making my feet, like the bottom of my feet, feel better through my hike. I think for whatever reason, I either got a really bad pair of Saucony, the last pair, or I don't know, maybe my feet had just, after all those hundreds and hundreds of miles of hiking, were just tired and they needed extra cushion. They were very cushioning. They worked great. I mean, I had no issues with the shoes at all. I know some people commented and thought maybe my shoes were causing my feet. It was more like 1 foot, but anyway, foot problems. But I really don't think it was the shoes at all. It was just honestly overuse. It was just when you hike 10 hours a day, every day for months and months and months. Yeah, your body literally just gets to a point where it's like, yeah, okay, I'm kind of over this. And I believe that was kind of the situation, because basically the moment I got off the trail, like the moment I was done, I've had zero pain issues, no knee pain issues, no feet, no nothing. Like I actually don't even feel sore. It's so crazy. So anyway, but the shoes I think did work great. I did like them. They did start kind of coming apart pretty early on, and so I ended up going to REI and exchanging them. And that's one thing I love about REI is that you have a year to exchange. And I would not normally do that for shoes that I wore on my hike, but because they came apart so early, like it wasn't nothing that I think really was affecting me hiking in the shoes. But to me, I'm like, if you're gonna pay I think it was like, I want to say they were like $150.
With tax close to
So I was like, yeah, I'm exchanging them. So anyway, all right, so let's move on. So, hello, Gail and Mark.
Hey, Gail and Mark.
Heavy withdrawals. Well, hopefully, like I said, all these videos I'll be doing, maybe that'll hopefully help. So let's see here. 4512 Red asks, so what was the most exciting wildlife encounter on the AT? Okay, two of them. Honestly, I have to say two. One was the porcupine. I've never seen a porcupine in the wild, and that was so cool. And I didn't know they climbed, and he climbed. So I love the porcupine. That was really cool. And then the other one was the marlin. I guess he's a marlin or some kind of mink type animal. Never in my life seen one of those before. I had to look it up, and that was pretty cool. So those were my two just coolest animal encounters. But truthfully, I love the animals. It was like one of my favorite things on the hike. So I like the deer. I mean, come on, the deer literally would walk up and I think they wanted me to pet them.
You are the deer whisperer, for sure.
Mike asked, did you have any unknown experiences such as Sasquatch? No. Sorry. But no. Rose, let's see here. Hello from Hudson, West Tennessee. Awesome. Just so y'all know, I have reached out to several of you all by email, trying to get your addresses to send you a thank you for a lot of the donations you all have made and just the help that you offer me on the trail and things. And it's so cool seeing so many of y'all from different places. It's like social media is great for that, for, meeting people from all over the world. I mean, I've got people from Sweden and from England and from Australia follow me. I love that so much. Oh, anyway, back to our question. Where is the first hike of 2021 going to be and when? I do not know that answer. I don't know. I can tell you that I definitely want to keep doing some hikes, but I don't know yet. But I definitely have some ideas. I mean, we've got a few hiking suggestions, and we kind of are all about it. Yeah. I think, obviously Jerry is much more into disc golf than he is into hiking.
But if there's a disc golf course next to a national park, that's a plus.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so and then is Jerry going with you, and do you all have the Florida vacation planned yet? No, we don't, but yeah, that's definitely something we talked about, wanting to go, doing something. I know it's so funny, when I was on the trail, all I thought about and fantasized about was relaxing. But now I'm like, that might be kind of boring after about a day. So I don't know what's gonna go, but we're definitely gonna do something.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see here. And Mark, my screen time was down 67% after your hike ended. Aw. Well, I just could say thank you so much for Gail and Mark, Deb. There's so many people I have to thank, and I just so thankful. Gail, do you know a brand of Daypack that has a hip belt? I mean, the Daypack I have right now is an Osprey, and it has hip belt. I think most of the Osprey Daypacks have hip belts with hip belt pockets. They're not very big pockets, but but the trend is becoming now is a lot of these cottage companies that carry backpacks, they're starting to have day packs that you can carry, on a day hike. So maybe consider looking at that. I know even Waymart Gear, has some
Light AF just started.
Light AF. I mean, a lot of those kind of companies too. But if you want, if you wanted to get from REI, I think REI brands, they have REI and Osprey and Gregory and Deuter. And I just don't know offhand if those have hip belts. But I know my Osprey has a hip belt. But
the last Osprey I looked at, the pockets were bigger than they used to be.
Sorry, I'm just trying to read as I you know, we can't read and like talk at the same time, you know. Brad said, do you have to prepare mentally for this to be over? So far, I haven't. I don't know. Let's cross our fingers that I do okay. I will say I'm quickly learning why so many thru hikers go back out on the trail, because I didn't think I was going to miss it so soon, and I was going to sort of be like, whatever. I'm not saying I want to go out and be out on the trail for 6 months and be away from my husband that long, but do I miss hiking already? Oh, yeah, a little bit, yeah. And maybe it is just because I was hiking every day and my body got kind of used to it. So it's like, what are you doing now? But so far, I don't feel like, like they said, post-trail depression and things. But then again, it's only been like a little over a week. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So Mark said that Hyperlight has a Daypack.
Yeah,
Daypack with a belt. Thank you, Dan, for the congratulations. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Again, I'm scrolling. Mountain Daddy Adventure said, I deal with anxiety too. Thank you for being open. Well, thank you for that, because I sometimes question being so honest about things. Like maybe I should have kept some of the stuff to myself. I have not went back and watched my videos yet. I did watch one day. I watched, I think it was my day 2. I did watch that one. And it's just kind of funny, like what I know now compared to what I thought I knew then. And don't get me wrong. I mean, just because I did a thru hike doesn't mean I know everything, because I don't. But it is just funny how different you see things. And with that being said, one of the video ideas I have is to do like a reaction video, like where I watch some of my daily videos I did. Not all of them, obviously, but just maybe a few, 3 or 4 or 5 of them, and maybe watch parts of them and sort of react to them. So if y'all have any suggestions for which number video that you want me to, that you would like for me to react to, just let me know. Like, comment, let me know. And hello, my friend Angela. She was one of my friends that was with me at my finish, and gave me a lot of awesome goodies that I love. Her and Christy, and so let me see here. I'm trying to let me get through some of these.
It was nice to meet you, Christy, and it was awesome seeing you and Angela and Carrie. What?
Mark is like sang well on the trail. I actually don't really think I sing very well, but maybe I guess as long as it's not as long as it's not like shut up. Musical Braids on Broadway. No, you really don't want that. Trust me.
That would actually be pretty awesome.
Oh, thank you for being so proud of me. I'm actually pretty proud of myself too, because there was many times when I thought, I don't know if I can do this. Hello, Carrie from Australia. I love it. I love that you all are from all over the place. It's so wonderful. Let's get down to some more questions. Celeste, I hope that's how I say your name. Thank you for being so motivating. Any idea what you spent on food in 0 days? No, I don't. I don't. I will tell you all this. I know some people have asked and wanted me to do a video where I talk about how much I spent. I'm just gonna disappoint you all right now and tell you I'm not gonna do a video about that. For a multitude of reasons. One is that I don't think how much I spend on my hike affects how anyone else does a thru hike. At the end of the day, I can just tell you that you can do a thru hike and spend however much you want to spend. And there's so many factors that go into it. It's gonna be how long it takes you to do the hike, your endurance level, your mental state, how many miles you hike a day, whether the type is how many zeros you take, or how many, or if you stay at a hostel, or you stay in your tent, or you stay in a shelter, or you stay in a hotel, or I mean, there's just so many factors. And so, as curious as I'm sure you all are, that's something I think is a little personal, and I don't really want to share that. I definitely spent more than the average person spends on a thru hike, absolutely. But of course, I had a lot of you helping me I mean, that's just the reality. And I was not going to have people helping me and then just be like, oh, I'll just hold on to this and be really frugal. No, you all said, hey, go enjoy yourself. Go stay here. Go do this. So guess what? I did it. That's what I did. And it made my hike very special to me. But I know that a lot of thru hikers don't get that. So I'm just very blessed, and I am thankful for that. But so a lot of that reason too is I don't want to share all that. Because I don't know. Not everybody who does a thru hike can afford to do a lot. And of course, obviously I was basically working a job while I was on the trail. I was videoing and putting videos out. So I had the YouTube, and that definitely helped me a lot as well. And then more importantly, I did save up the money. I actually saved up the money to do 2 hikes. But yeah, I'm not going to do 2 hikes. I'm not. I'm sorry. I know everybody wants me to, but at this point, I'm never going to say never, because you never say never. That's like ever. But yeah, 6 months is 8 months is a long time to be away from home. And it's just, so I'll do other hikes. And I think I'm going to get some pretty cool hikes I think we'll be doing. So let's see here. If you see questions, you can let me know. Patty asked, what was your favorite view? I know, so I've been kind of thinking about that favorite stuff, because I haven't been able to watch my videos to like relive those moments, because it's like I'm thinking, did I forget? I probably have forgotten some stuff. But the one particular view that honestly still stands out to me, and I don't know if it was just that particular day or it was so unexpected, I don't know, but the Big Bald Mountain, and I think that was in Tennessee. It was either Tennessee or North Carolina. That was when you're like zigzagging through states. I just remember getting to that and being like, oh, what? I was not expecting this. It still like really stands out in my memory, that mountain. And there was another one that was like before that, and I don't know if it had a name. But I just remember, like, I think in that particular day video, I talk about it. I talk about like how it made me feel and my gratitude for being out there and stuff. So those are things that really stood out on my mind. Roan Highlands, that's a place I would really like to take Jerry back to.
I really want to.
And of course, obviously, there was, I would say like in New Hampshire, Franconia Ridge was really pretty. It was just so unusual. It's such an unusual area from anywhere else on the AT. And of course, Katahdin is it's just an epic hike. It really is. It's like crazy epic. So I may, have to take Jerry one of these days and redo that one. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not.
Lauren asked wonder how long it would take before you feel like hiking again. So yeah, I guess I already answered that. But yeah, I mean, I'm already sort of like, But with it being cold and stuff, I'm not like in a big hurry. I'm cold. I know y'all think I love the cold since I stayed out in the cold for so long, but I really don't actually. So yeah, no, I'm sure I'll probably be doing some more hikes in the Smokies. But of course, I've hiked like every trail in the Smokies, and I've videoed a ton of them. So I don't know. I'm not sure when I'll get back to the Smokies, but we'll see. And let's see. Emily loves Tennessee. What was the most memorable thing? Most memorable thing. And I have to pause to think about it, I guess, because I mean, obviously there's a lot of memories that sort of flood my mind. That's so tough. I want to give y'all an answer this time, though. I know I lived through that. I'll be like, I don't know the answer. The most memorable thing. Well, honestly, there's a few, but I guess the two that like right now pop in my head that stand out the most. Well, one was obviously summiting Katahdin. Although that wasn't my finish, it was like the middle of my hike. I was so nervous and scared to do that, and I think there was that part of me that thought, I don't even know if I could do this. And summiting that and doing it, and I actually did it in like a pretty good time, which was really crazy now that I think about it.
Yeah, she
but I did it in 8 hours, up and down, and that's supposedly like one of the lower hours. I mean, I guess some people probably do it really like faster than that, but it still was pretty good for me. But anyway, just when I did that, it was like, it kind of gave me that confidence to say, you know, I think I can do this hike. I think if I really put my mind to it, I can do it. So that was very memorable to me. And then cowboy camping was actually very memorable to me. It's something I'd never done, never thought I would do. And so, I don't know, that was pretty cool. I did really enjoy cowboy camping. I kept thinking, I wish Jerry was there. I wish Jerry could have been cowboy camping with me.
Me too.
So maybe I'll have to make him go sleep out in the woods with no tent.
Yes.
Tanya, Connor, you ask, do you have any interest in leading a hike in the Smokies? And I know everybody wants to like meet me in person. I'll be honest with you, I know it doesn't seem like I am because I do these videos and I'm pretty talkative. And if I get to know a person individually, I am pretty talkative. But I'm actually very introverted, and a big crowd of people is like really intimidating to me. And I'm not gonna say I would never do it. I won't say that. I just have to say that right now, I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. But if I ever do decide I'm gonna do that, I will definitely do a video and let everybody know. So yeah, just so you know. It says, Viking Adventure says, harder to see you now, Braids. A bright reflection from Jerry's dome. I think, oh, David. I don't want to say your last name wrong. David Schmood. Oh, gosh, I hated saying somebody's name wrong. Will you please show us on a map the north-south, my flip-flop? Okay, yes, that's going to be a video coming up, but I'm not ready to do that yet. I have to kind of do some, I want to do several things in that video, including like kind of showing on a map exactly what I did. But that is an upcoming future video, so make sure you're subscribed, which I'm sure all of you all are, but if you're not, make sure you subscribe. Philip asked, did you build a fire any at night? I never personally built a fire. There was a couple of times that I was around some other hikers that built a fire. But yeah, most of the time on the trail, I did not build a fire. And I wouldn't, not or a through hike. Overnighting, yeah, but never, yeah, no. Mark Moore asked best campsite on trail. Oh shoot, now you asked me that. I'm trying to remember. I mean, there were some good campsites, but now I'm like, oh gosh, my mind's so blank. I hate that. Because I know I would watch one of my videos and be like, oh yeah, that was a great campsite. But dang it, I can't remember. Well, I'll just name a couple that I can't remember right this second. But I know the one that was right before the Shenandoahs. I thought that was a pretty good campsite. Don't remember what it was called now. But there was that one, and there was a campsite that was in Grayson Highlands that me and Jerry saw. I didn't stay there, but I was like, man, that would be an awesome campsite to stay at.
Yeah, it looked really nice.
And there was that one, and oh gosh, no, I don't remember. It was just sad because it's not as though it's not like it doesn't mean there was not nice campsites. I just, right now, my mind's blank. How much weight did you lose during your hike? I don't actually know how much weight I lost, Christy. I guess I would say a lot, just because my clothes fit a lot looser, and I lost several inches, but I never really weighed myself much, and I still haven't. I actually think I've lost a little bit more weight since I've been off trail. I've been trying very hard to eat good, which I know most of y'all were like always confessing at me because I ate so bad, but you have to on the trail because you have to get those calories. But I've been trying really hard to like eat healthy foods since I've been, okay honey, since I've been off the trail. So I'm doing pretty good at it. I'm doing pretty good. How many shoes did I go through? So I went through, I guess technically 6 pair because those Sauconys, I wore those, but then like they didn't work very good, so I had to get the Hokas. So if you count that pair and the Hokas, then that's 6. But I didn't really wear the Sauconys very long, so I guess, so 5 technically. And the crazy part is, if Maine hadn't been so rough, I probably would only wore 4 pair. But Maine, man, it just ripped apart my shoes. That was the only state that like destroyed my shoes, was Maine. Hi, Walter. Walter and Peyton. If y'all remember, him and his wife and his dog Lily took me from Connecticut to Harper's Ferry. Thank you very much. I appreciate that so much. Emily loves Tennessee. Said hi, Jerry. Well, a lot of people are saying hi. Maybe you've already seen that. Stephanie says she loves your shirt.
Yes.
And let's see here. And Chris, I know I'd already talked about this, and I'm probably
Got the
way
concert in
behind.
Columbus,
But just real
Ohio.
quick, I don't know the cost. I have not ended up, so I couldn't even give that if I wanted to, because I don't really have a way of knowing. Let's see. Dale Connell, what's the worst storm you were in? Did it bother you? The worst storm.
Was it a perfect storm?
The worst. You know that's funny is I don't think I was ever like in any really truly bad storms. I was really totally expecting to be in like thunder and lightning. There was definitely thunder and lightning out on the trail a few times, but it was not close enough, I think, to be scary. I guess the worst would have been my first day. Would it? I mean, I feel like maybe
Everything froze.
like it was started out raining, but that wasn't really that bad. It was just raining, and then there was sleet and then snow. I don't know if that was really.
Well, you're used to bad weather.
I don't know.
Don't let her kid you. She's a tough cookie.
Well,
She is.
I don't know. I don't know if I thought that anything I was ever in was like what I would say was just. I don't remember ever thinking the weather was scary. Well, except for like when I was up north, that I was afraid I was going to have to hike, you know, like through New Hampshire or Maine in the rain. But a storm like that was.
Now, wind did get to her a couple times.
Yeah, but it was not. I don't know if I would.
The one where it kept knocking your tent down over and over again.
Yeah, I guess that was.
That was some pretty strong.
It wasn't
wind.
really a storm. It was just like wind
Yeah.
on the mountain.
I mean, wind's
but-
probably the scariest aspect you can deal with.
Yeah, laughed at me every time I talked to the deer. I know. I talk to all the animals. You should see my daughter and her boyfriend have a bunch of lizards and stuff. And I baby talk them. I baby talk animals all the time. I think you're supposed to baby talk animals. Let's see here. Tony asked if spending a night at LeConte. I'm hoping so. Yeah, we're hoping so. We're working that out, but that is the hope that will happen this year. Mark said, Derry, you must feel an overwhelming completeness since you're together again. Can you talk about how the hike affected you?
Oh, huge.
He hated it.
Yeah, I did. I can say I did hate her being gone. How did it affect me? In a multitude of ways.
Give a synopsis.
Okay, imagine being in love with somebody and they're gone and you're constantly worried, and then when you start looking at the mileage and realizing how far it is in case something bad happened. That played through my head quite a bit while she was gone.
He don't realize that I can hold my own.
But I know she's a tough cookie, but it never stops the worrying.
Oh, by the way.
I have really good friends that got me into disc golf, so that really took the edge off a lot.
Staying active.
And
yeah, but he's already been like, I can't handle you going on another through hike.
yeah, I don't honestly know if I could handle it.
I will say this: if I wasn't married, which I want to be married, so I'm happy I'm married.
I hope so.
But if I wasn't, I was single. I'm very likely might consider another through hike, which is crazy to think. Since while I was out there, I was like, nah. But now. Walking off the crazy asked, are the stars visible? Is there a lot of light pollution on the AT? No, so there's not a lot of light pollution for most of the states. Maine and New Hampshire has like some of the best views of stars. Oh my God, it was so pretty. I would probably say of all the states that I can remember, I mean, I would say probably maybe like New York would be like the less. I mean, New York was pretty hazy. Not knocking New York. I have a lot of very fond memories of New York, and I know that's probably hard to believe for some of y'all who watch my videos, and I was all like, it's so hot. But when I think back, I have a lot of fond memories going through New York. But as far as like the stars, I would say that's the state I remember being pretty cloudy, like not even cloudy, just like it was difficult. Like you would be on the mountain, and I was trying to see like the New York skyline, and it was really hard.
Was it like California with the pollution?
I've never been to California. I have no idea.
Well, good. We'll put that on the bucket list.
All right, let me see here. Peace, please. Are you thinking of getting a job related to hiking? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know what's going to happen with my job future. I mean, I know I need to kind of start thinking of that and focusing on it. I don't know yet. But the reason I say probably not, I know a lot of people like hike the AT and then they kind of want to stay involved in the AT, so they go off and they do things like whether it's, you know, start a hostel or work at a hostel and to stay connected to the AT. And it's certainly not that I don't want to stay connected on some level. But one of the things I remember when I was out on my thru hike is feeling like it was a job, and remember thinking, oh, maybe not like hiking because I was going to work every day. In that sense of like I had to do it, and I just don't. Hiking for me is a hobby, and it's something that I just enjoy doing as I kind of like stress reliever and things like that. So I don't want it to become something where it's just a job, you know. I mean, I feel like sometimes you can do things that it just feels like a job. So probably not, but I don't know. I mean, like I am considering doing some writing, whether it's a book or it's blogs. I don't know yet. I haven't quite gotten there on the whole writing thing, but I used to write blogs a lot, and I actually thought I did a pretty good job at it. And I have moments when I have all these deep philosophical thoughts in regards to the trail and things like that. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Molly asked, "Are you going on the AT again sometime?" Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I will go back out there and do some parts, especially with Jerry, you know, parts I really love that he hasn't done. Yeah. Mark, let's see, asked, how did you keep your phone charged? Yeah, I mentioned that in my video, pretty sure, hope I did, my gear video. But it was an Anchor battery charger, I guess. I can't remember what they're called. And
battery power banks.
Power bank, that's it. And I had the 20,000 milliamp, which truthfully was probably like more than needed because I always had battery power out there, even through the 100-mile. But I did try to be kind of conservative as well to some degree. But yeah, I mean, that worked really well. So I think that's how most people charge their phones, is with the battery bank. Let's see, Dana, are you still in contact with Watergirl? Or are you in any other YouTubers hiking videos that you know of? No, I'm not in contact with Watergirl or Mayo or Skipper. Basically, once they left in New Hampshire, I haven't heard from them since. So I don't have any ill feelings or anything. It's just I probably jumped the gun a little on the whole Tramley thing. I think I felt sort of that pressure that I should have a Tramley, and so I was all like, hey, I got a Tramley. But we all sort of had what we kind of wanted to do with our hike, and that's okay. I mean, like, they had stuff they wanted to do. I had to do things my way, and that happens a lot. And I just think because I am someone, I set out when I started this hike to do it solo, and for me personally, it just worked better to be solo. I definitely met a ton of amazing, awesome, wonderful hikers on the trail. I love meeting everybody. We had a lot of great memories the time we spent together. But overall, I mean, for me, I needed to do the hike on my own. And but yeah, no, I have not kept in touch. There's just only a couple of hikers that I've kept in touch with since like through my journey, and truthfully, it's probably because they kept in touch with me more. I know that sounds bad. I'm not very good with communication. Like, I'm just not very good at it. You can ask my friends, like my close friends. Like, I'm not very good at like reaching out. I think it's just a personality thing. My mother's like that. So, and it's nothing like ill will about for me. I'm just not good at it. But anyway, and that's Dusty. If y'all remember, she was in my videos through Pennsylvania for a little bit. Dusty, it was 3 people that I hiked with, Dusty, Tools, and Surefoot. And so she's kind of kept in touch with me a little bit. Actually, she sent me this cute little ornament. Can you get that ornament there?
Yes.
And then Mama Bear,
Oh, yes.
you know, she was the one who helped me going through Northern Virginia, you know, helped me do
There you go,
pick
baby.
me up and stuff, and she brought me trail magic. So anyway, Dusty made me this cute little ornament. I love it. So yeah. Put that back in here. Anyway, I know it's hot. So anyway, yeah. Let's see here.
I know, fire's going out again.
Oh, I'm trying to get through all these questions. I feel like I'm really behind. Honey, why don't you kind of help me out and look at some of these questions? Because I feel like I'm taking too long on them. So what I am going to tell you, what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of go through some of these questions, and the ones like that I know I get asked a lot, I'm going to kind of skip those. And I apologize for that, but I want to try to get to some of the questions that I probably wouldn't answer. Like, I won't be answering just regular. I am going to do like a Q&A video that's just a video. That's not a live video. Trying to answer those like big questions that everybody asks, you know, that to try to answer that. And then that way people can just quickly get to it. Because I know live is hard sometimes, like to watch and then get answers to stuff, you know, yeah. So I am going to do that. But let me at least answer these questions that...
Can I answer this one for you?
What is it?
How fast can she pinch a tent? She can
Pitch a
pitch a tent in roughly about 3 minutes.
No,
I've seen it.
no,
Yes.
no.
Once it's out of the bag, yeah, you're like bam, 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 pulls in.
I did get pretty good at pitching my tent. That one video I have watched, my pitch was terrible. I was like, good Lord, woman, you don't know what you're doing. It is funny because I know in the beginning of my hike, there were so many people that were like, commenting like, you ain't making it. And I was watching that video thinking, if I was watching, I was thinking, man, you ain't gonna make it. Because I was so, you know, just because I was so like, I don't know, it's just funny. It's just funny to think about that now. At one point I was talking to myself and I was like, because I did have a jacket, I didn't have my rain jacket on, and I just had my R1 hoodie, and I'm saying something about, I'm so cold. And I was like talking to myself on the video, and I said, put your rain jacket on, woman. You won't be cold. It's just funny. So y'all, let me know what videos you want me to react to, because I think it could be kind of funny. All right, let me see here. I love that. I think that would be a nice campsite comments as you pass any flat clear spot. Yeah, that's true. I did that a lot, didn't I? Probably actually the nicest campsites were the ones I never stayed at. That's the truth. Dave, did you dream every night about the trail and wanted to get up to get hiking? On the trail, no. I never once dreamt about hiking on the trail, which is kind of funny. I thought I might, but I didn't. But I have had trail dreams since I've been off the trail. It's kind of funny. I'm sorry that you missed me in the whites. I think there was this, secretly though, I would be honest, there was this part of me that just wanted to hike by myself through the whites, because I wanted to be like, yeah, I can do the whites by myself. So I did. The only time, no, yeah, that was actually in Maine. That wasn't in, I hiked with Water Girl Mayo, you know, through the Mahoosic Notch, but that was Maine. But New Hampshire, I hiked all by myself. Like I pretty much hiked, I think there was a couple times where I ran into them and like we filmed each other or something, but I hiked it by myself because I wanted to be able to say I hiked through the whites by myself. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's get back to some questions. My most favorite was when your husband met up with you. He really looks like he loves you so much. That was from Marilyn, Art Design. Oh.
Yeah, I do love her a little bit.
Whatever. It's not true. He's so funny. No, I'm just
A
kidding.
lot.
Let's see here. I'll answer this question because I probably wouldn't answer it on a video. Krista asked, how do you manage your anxiety in everyday life? I don't, well, before the trail, I would go hiking. I would go hiking on the
Yeah.
weekend, and that was kind of how I managed it through the week. And I don't know, like right now, I was gonna say I don't feel like I really had any anxiety, but then I'm like, well, I have been doing some pretty like intense cleaning around our apartment.
Yes.
Like my husband, he does pretty good for I shouldn't say this, it's so sexist, but for a guy, he does pretty good.
I'm OCD.
It's terrible. But so
really OCD.
no, you're not. You could.
Yeah, I
It's
am.
not.
I'm very OCD. I just have bad vision.
What? Okay, let's see here. I think I kind of answered the question about the views, and I will put that in the Q&A video I do. So I'm gonna skip that one. Chris Whittington, did you see Nikki and Ryan's video where she braided her hair while he was sleeping? They videoed him away. They were joking about hiking with braids.
Oh, that's awesome. Check that out.
Of course, they might not have been joking like about me hiking with braids. They just might have been joking about him hiking with braids.
Still, that's awesome.
It's kind of funny. I have not seen any other hikers this year's video, so I'll have to.
That's my kind
If I ever get a chance, I'll have to start watching some videos, I guess. I'm trying to read these comments and also answer questions. Besides missing Hobbs, what was the hardest part for you? Chris Price asked. Hardest part? I mean, just hiking every day, honestly. That was just, like, knowing I had to get up and hike. I think that was hard. What did you learn about yourself from this through hike? That's a deep philosophical question that I probably should write about. I guess the simplest answer being that I think I could do almost anything I put my mind to. And that I think it's not that I did already. Part of me believed that because I certainly wouldn't quit a job and all that if I thought I couldn't do it. But there was just many times on the trail when I was like, I don't know, like I didn't feel like I didn't know if I could actually do it. And I think just realizing just how hard it really was, and something I don't think anyone who hasn't done a through hike, particularly on the Appalachian Trail, can understand unless you've actually done it, because no matter how many videos you watch and no matter how many times you go for hikes, and you say, I mean, I've done some tough hikes with Jerry before I ever did the AT. I mean, we did hikes in the winter, hikes in rain, hikes in the heat, all of that. And I mean, not just day hikes, like backpacking trips. And none of it prepared me for truly how hard the AT was. So just being able to see how hard it was and still doing it, there's definitely a reward in that. And I guess also just that it really roughed me up. Like it made me kind of realize things about myself that I, want to work on, and I think it helped with my character. Or I like to think it helped with my character. Yeah, it's definitely. I have no regrets for the trail. I don't, and it's kind of hard to really put into words in this video, but I'll probably have to write about it. Laura, do you get nervous doing live streams? Yes, I'm nervous right now. I know y'all probably don't think I am, but I am. I get nervous too because I overthink everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, people are asking all these questions, and I'm so slow, and I'm just like running my mouth and blah blah blah. Hopefully y'all are entertained. I guess that's all that matters, right? We really like that your videos are live. Charlie and Brandy, not rehearsed, not practiced, just conversation. Well, thank you for that, because sometimes I'm like, man, I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. And they're probably like, good Lord. Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about this. I was going to actually put it in the title, and I totally forgot.
Oh, snap.
Okay. This is one of the questions that I blame my mother. I love you, Mom. If
We
you're
love you,
watching.
Frankie.
But she like commented on the last video because I knew I didn't put it in there, and I was kind of thinking, well, maybe everybody will have forgotten about it, and that was my sin that I confessed at the priest. And here's the funny part. I don't know why I even said in that video that I was going to tell you all, because you don't tell your confessions. If you go to a priest, you don't tell them your confessions to other people. But I did say that, and I am somebody who keeps my word. I am not somebody who, I don't lie. I'm not a liar. I don't even feel comfortable with that. If I say I want to do something, I do it. And Jerry knows that for a fact, don't you?
Yes.
So I will tell you all, I am a little embarrassed, to be quite honest. I hope no one gives me too much flack for it, but oh well, it is what it is. So my confession was that I missed 0.2 of a mile on the AT. Yeah, I know. Maybe some of y'all are going to be like, that is so stupid. That is silly and whatever. But what happened was, when I was in Tennessee, at the station 19E, the hostel, basically the trail goes like right out from the hostel and you start hiking. And basically from that point on the AT, there's a PUD. There's a 0.2 of a mile PUD. It's a 1/10 of a mile up, a 1/10 of a mile down. And some of the other hikers, you can basically just kind of walk around it. Instead of going up and over the PUD, you can just kind of like basically around it. And I will tell you, that's the thing with the AT. There are so many areas like that where you can basically go around, and then instead of going over, I know. So we were like, seriously, that's your sin. I know, but this is the reason why it bothered me. Okay, so here's why. So let me finish the story. So a couple other hikers just went around. They're like, it's a PUD. It's just, there's nothing to see. You're literally going up and over. And you could just almost see like where you could go to the trail, from where it started. So they went, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to do that. And I did it, and I quite literally started hiking from that point, and, hiking on, and it just kept, like, bothering me. I'm like, I should just turn around and go back and do that. That's so stupid to skip a PUD. I'm going to have, like, 1,000 PUDs on this trail, and if I'm going to start skipping every PUD, I can't do that. And I'm like, I just should do it. And I don't know why. It just bothered me so bad that I never, that I skipped that part. And the reason why I say this is because I quite literally skipped nothing on the trail. I did every white blaze of the trail. I did not do blue blazes. And let me just preface and say, there's nothing wrong with blue blazing. A lot of hikers blue blaze. Even the ATC says it's fine to blue blaze. I just personally wanted to do, that was just the one thing I wanted to do. I didn't care about slack packing. I didn't care about staying in hotels instead of in my tent at times. But I did care about doing I wanted my feet to touch every part of the AT. That was important to me. So I skipped 0.2 of a mile. And I didn't skip it. I mean, I actually still had to walk, but I just didn't walk the white blaze. I kind of walked around. I guess you could say it. I know y'all think I'm an idiot, but
You probably did
I'm
half
sorry.
a mile just looking for
I'm
water
sorry,
here,
but
so I think you're
that
good.
was my sin. I did actually put a couple other sins, but they're nothing either, honestly. Most of the people's sins, if you read in the book, are kind of funny and silly and whatever. I don't remember reading a thing that was bad, that you're like, oh my God, did you really do that? Yeah. So, yeah, that was my sin. There was another, I guess I have another sin, I guess. I don't know. Nobody's asked me, so I'm not going to, if y'all ask, I'm not going to lie.
What's your other sin?
It's not a sin. I don't know if it's a sin. I don't know. I just don't want to promote. There's certain things. Okay, so because obviously now I have all these people watching me. And so it becomes like, you're an influencer, and so you have to be responsible for everything you do. And it's like, no, I'm just a person. And so.
Oh, cool. Greetings from Tasmania.
Cool.
That's awesome. What's up in Tasmania?
So I don't want to offer up this. If somebody asks me, then I'm going to be honest. But I'm looking to see if anybody's asked. I don't think anybody has. No, I'm curious. I know. Point two. That was so silly. I will tell you all this. If you all ask me questions, and I will be honest with you with an answer, and the answer is I don't want to give you the answer, then I will be honest and tell you I don't want to give you an answer. But that's the one thing I do find a little bit with watching hikers, through hikers especially, is that sometimes I'll think, are they really being honest about everything? But that doesn't mean whatever I do that other people should copy and do what I do. But I know, I think my brain has went off topic, and y'all are probably like, what is she talking about right now? I think I'm wrestling with whether or not to reveal something else or not.
I did miss her cooking too, Mark, to be honest with you. Gretchen is an incredible cook.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll just go ahead and tell y'all. There's so many questions. I probably should just not tell y'all. No, everybody's like, just tell us. I know, I'm so bad.
I know, I'm dying.
Okay,
she hasn't told me either.
Oh, you already know.
Do I really?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't anything. I don't know if I had confessed it. Yeah, I think I did confess it. The reason I don't want to tell, because I do not want you all to think that I'm telling you you should do it. Because what I did on my through hike, but the reason I kind of want to tell is because I want people who want to through hike or whatever just to know everything. At least they know what they're getting themselves into. Okay, I'm just going to tell y'all.
Yes.
I never hung my food bag. And y'all can hang me for it and tell me I'm a horrible person. I slept with my food. And now, except when there was a bear box or cables or a pole. If there was those things, then yes, I did. I'm not telling anyone who watches me to do that. But I'm telling you, I had zero problems. I saw a lot of people early on hanging bags that it was truthfully laughable. A bear could easily get it. And I'm sorry, but if you watched all my videos, you saw, I think it was day 33, I don't remember what day it was, where the bear, an aggressive bear, came up behind me while I had a smorgasbord of food laid out, and that guy did not come to me. And you know why? Because I yelled and screamed at him, and I was like, I will fight you to the death if you come get my food. And he was like, nope, I don't want anything to do with that.
Don't touch Gretchen.
So to me, I'm like, okay, if I hang my food away from me, a bear is like, hey, look, free food, yay. And there's no humans around for me to have to fight them, so I'm just gonna go get it. They get my food, now I have no food. And there is some areas along the trail where you wouldn't be able to go get food for days. Even you're out for a couple days with no food. So that was just my personal choice. I'm not bragging on it at all. I'm sharing it for the simple fact that before I started my hike, I really wondered about that. And I am, like I said, I know I'm gonna have some people like, oh my gosh, you should not tell people that and blah, blah, blah. I'm not telling anyone to do that. And in fact, unless you're ready to have to possibly fight a bear off for your food, then I wouldn't do it. If you're terrified of bears, don't do it. I'm not terrified of bears. I mean, I'm very respectful about bears. I just felt like I was actually being safer, to me, keeping in my tent and trying to keep the bears away. But then again, I never had a bear come to my tent. I have heard people have had bears come to tents. I will say, whenever, gut hook is really good for people's telling you when there's been bears like in the area. And whenever there was campsites that had high bear activity, I just didn't stay there. I didn't stay there. So anyway, that's it. That's what I was going to say. And I may regret that I said that.
No, well, she's not the only one. I mean, I'm an insulin-dependent diabetic,
but
so I've always kept snacks with me.
Yeah, he does.
Because if I was to ever get low in my tent.
But anyway, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
If I was to ever get low in my tent, it could be catastrophic. So she's not the only one that's done that.
But anyway, that's, like I said, I don't want to harp on it anymore. Like I said, I've opened my fat mouth, and this is probably why y'all like my live videos, because I don't have time to think about whether I should say something or not. Oh, geez. Okay. Where did I get this pendant? I think you all were asking. So I got this this part at Shaw's when I was on the trail at Shaw's, and then my husband sent me this chain for it. But yep, so that's that. And did you have any scratchy water crossing when you were? Did you have any? Oh, sketchy water crossing when you were by yourself. Don Quicksand had an issue at Dismal Creek. Was that the one that was? You had to go? No. Well, I had one. I don't even know if it was that sketchy. There was a real slick rock, and I had to end up like going. I had to like walk upstream a little and like basically bushwhack to get to a more shallow part. Which I would say, if you're hiking and you come to a water crossing that looks like pretty dangerous to try to cross, as far as like, and when I say dangerous, sometimes it is just being, you don't want to fall in and get wet. I recommend trying to like go upstream a little and just try to find a shallower spot. I just think that's a lot safer than trying to cross in an area, you know, you don't have to always cross right where the trail is. Let's see here. Chris, is there anything you would do differently? You know, that's really tough to answer, I think, because the way I did my hike gave me all of the experiences that I had. And so I think no. I'm going to say no. So yeah, I don't think I would at this point. I mean, there's definitely things I guess I could sit and think, well, if I'd done this and this, but I finished, I did it, so no, I'm gonna say no. Tom, thank you for that. He said one of the things that made rooting for you was your honesty. I appreciate that, because I think that's why I kind of wanted to tell it, and that wasn't like I'm trying to tell things so people will do something different. I mean, like I said, you've got organizations trying to tell you to do certain things and all that, and I'm not in any way saying disrespect that, but I would say if you want to do a through hike or where you're doing a section hike, but I think at the end of the day, you're going to have to use your own judgment. You know, you're going to have to use some common sense sometimes, and it means, I'm just going to tell you, I mean, you're going to have to do that. So I think it's important to me to just be very transparent about it as much as I can, because why wouldn't you be? I mean, like, I don't know. Anyway. Edward Hall, non-hike question. Just wondering if you caught up on season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Yes, I did. I did a whole binge watch right after got up trail. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. And I have some thoughts on that, but I don't know how many people really cared to hear about it in this video.
I cannot wait for the Boba Fett spin-off show. It's
I don't want to give stuff away if somebody hasn't watched it yet and they want to watch it. But look, there he is. He's here. Yes, sir. I'm going to go ahead and give it away. So spoiler alert to anyone who hasn't watched it and wants to watch it. I'm sorry, spoiler alert. This is Grogu. That's his name. And it's funny because when I was on the trail and I was trying to take his picture and he kept falling. And I said, baby, you ought to stop falling. And he kept falling. And I said, Grogu, don't fall. I can't get your picture. And he wouldn't fall when I would say Grogu. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but that's true. Did Hobbs give you a foot massage yet? No.
Yes. Oh, are you kidding me?
He would say, I'll give you a foot massage when I see you in the hotel. And then I'd see him and he'd go, okay, I'm done. I'm like, what?
Oh, no, she didn't.
Okay, so we're probably going to go have like
No,
massages done. That's probably what we're going to do.
Oh, snap. I've given you multiple.
Oh, let's see here. So Waste Management asked, how much did you pay for shuttles, motels? Okay, so I kind of already talked about this earlier, but I will not be revealing what I spent because it does not matter. It does not matter what I did on my hike. This is my hike, and I'm going to tell anyone right now, if you watch someone on YouTube doing a through hike, that does not mean that is how a through hike is done. That means that's how that person did a through hike. And I can tell you, I know many different people just from 2020 on my hike, and they all did it very differently. So just know that. And I know that my hike was very different from a lot of hikers. And I know I did a lot, but I will tell you, I wasn't like the most creme de la creme of hiking. I know people who have done the whole trail and never stayed a night in their tent. I was quite frugal a lot of the time. But, and truthfully, I'm going to tell you something about at least the Appalachian Trail. Obviously, I can't speak for any other trail, but it is a magical trail. I mean, it is crazy. You hear about that before you go out on that trail, but you just can't even know how magical it truly is until you're out there. And I mean, the enormous amount of generosity and magic, like things that you would be in a situation, need something, and it would just somehow happen. It was amazing to me. I mean, I've never in 46 years of living have ever had anything like I experienced in 2020 on the Appalachian Trail. I mean, think about it, in a year when everyone is struggling, everyone is like frustrated, and everything is just falling apart. And I couldn't have had a better hike. I couldn't have had a better hike. I mean, think about it. I was hiking in December when a lot of hostels closed, when there's not hard. I mean, I went through most of Virginia by myself other than the Shenandoahs, and I still had people helping me out, still helping give me shuttles, and helping me, between Mama Bear and Pringles and Carrie.
Carrie, yeah.
I don't want to forget anyone. Gosh, I hope I'm not forgetting one. I mean, so.
And Mark, thank you.
So anyway.
Very much. And Mark and Gail.
All right, I didn't mean to get off on that whole topic again, but.
And A.T. Gracie.
Are you sick of eating
Guys,
bars?
Beyond.
I haven't ate any since I've been off the trail. Does that count? I don't know.
Can't get her to eat ramen either.
Let me go back. I feel like I'm missing some. What is next for you? I think I kind of already talked about that one. Don't know yet, truthfully. What are good, bad habits you picked up on the trail? Bad habit. I mean, I guess the bad
Is there such a thing as a bad habit?
I mean, the bad habit would be, I guess, eating like more junk food, but I don't feel like it's a habit because I'm not eating it now. So I'm doing pretty good. I bought like carrots and apples, and I bought like chicken and steak. I mean, in fact, I was fussing at Jerry at the store, and I said, "No, you cannot buy all that. You're eating all that." If you could only section hike one state, which one should I choose? Cheryl. I assume from the AT. Ooh, that's tough because. Okay, if you can only section hike one state, I would probably say. I would say either Maine or. Probably Maine. I'm trying to remember. Maine just had a lot of, I feel like there was the ponds, there was views, you got Katahdin. Unless you live up north. And then maybe I'd say I think Virginia is probably a pretty nice state as far, I mean, I say if I think, but I mean, obviously I hiked a lot in the winter, so I didn't see as much as I think I would have seen in other months. That's a tough one, though, to answer, because I feel like every state had something. I mean, it really did. I mean, no joke. I mean, it really had. Of course, Tennessee, Angela, yes. The Smokies. Can y'all tell I don't plug anything? I just tell you how I think.
Yes.
I don't know. Honestly.
But I'm down to go up north.
There's not a state, truly, not a state on the AT that I would say I wouldn't try to hike, because there's something beautiful, something to see in all of it. It really, I have a very fond memories of every state I went through. I really do. Even when I was complaining about stuff. Even when you complain about the rots in Pennsylvania actually has a lot of like really nice areas and like some cool stuff. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have like that'll have to be kind of a video like of the highlights from each state. You know, the things I loved from each state. I may do something like that. Oh, did you use an earth sack for your food? No. I bought one, paid $100 for it, and it sat at home.
And it stayed in the hiker box.
No, never used it. Did the mice leave you alone? Yes, the only time I had a problem with mice was in my tent. This was in Virginia. Wait, was I in Virginia? Or was I up north? I don't remember what state I was in now. I think it was in Virginia. And there was a mice came to my tent. It kept crawling up the net. He was white. And I punched him a few times. That didn't work. He didn't care. And then I peed outside my tent. And guess what? He never came back. So I suggest pee outside your tent. Seems to work. Bears don't like pee. Nobody likes pee for some reason. So there you go.
She was marking her territory.
Are you, Roxy, I sent you a message on Facebook. Will you go check that, please? Roxy Benson. Are you planning to do one video about the whole hike? Yes, I do plan to do a documentary style hike where I kind of talk and show you highlights from my hike. And yes, I do plan to do that, but that will probably take me a while. So, but I do plan to do that.
Come on now.
All right, I don't want to keep you all. Well, y'all are still here, so. What surprised you most about the trail? Rodney Fagan asked. How freaking hard it was. I mean, truthfully, I know I harp on that so much, but I'm telling you, it's really freaking hard. Yeah, I was truly shocked. I thought I knew how hard it was going to be, and I had no clue how hard it was. It's funny how quickly you forget that, and when you watch videos, you just don't get anywhere. Like there's just no concept of the level of difficulty it is, and I don't even mean just the ups and downs, but it's just it's like your body's in a constant state of uncomfortableness, and so your mind is going from one thing to the other that's just bothering you, whether it's your knees or your feet or your head or your back, or you're sweaty or you're cold, or the rocks or the roots or the bugs or the heat, or just rain. There's just a multitude of things happening around you, and your body can only focus on those things. It cannot focus on you have moments where you focus on the beauty and things like that, but it was just really hard when you're out on the trail to focus on the awesomeness of everything, because you're like, I'm just uncomfortable and I'm miserable and I just want to not be miserable, so anyway, that was the surprise.
You said Roxy messaged me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it.
I know, it'll be on my message. No, I was telling Roxy to message me.
Okay.
Brian Hikes asks, is there a time when the trail provided? Maybe I can already answer that, but all the time. It's difficult to remember everything at this moment, but just for some really quick ones, I remember a time I needed some gloves. I didn't have them. I found some in a hiker box. There was another time, I actually didn't end up using them, but when my back of my ankle was hurting, and I found some ankle sleeves, sleeves to help with that. I don't know how many times shuttles, I do remember distinctly one time, the lady from, oh gosh, I hate it when I'm terrible with names, and my mind's blank right now on her name, and I need to watch that video. I feel so terrible. My mind's blank on her name. Oh my gosh, it's so awful. She helped me out when I was going through, I was up in, I think I was still in New Hampshire. I can't remember if I was New Hampshire or Vermont. And it was pouring rain, and I got to this trails junction, and the Gut Hook app was all messed up, and it kept telling me I was 10 miles from the next shelter, and it was pouring rain. I was like, oh my God, I cannot hike another 10 miles at this point. It's already getting dark. There was a big storm coming. I guess I could say that was like the storm, but it hadn't actually stormed yet, but it like really high winds. Anyway, I'm standing on the side of the road and I'm like in tears and I'm like, what are we gonna do? And she pulls up in her car and she's like, hey, do you need help? Do you need a ride? And she took me to a hotel and she owned the local, there was like a little local market there. And oh, I feel awful that I cannot remember her name right now. Oh, I feel so terrible. I'm going to find out though, because I want to contact her and thank her for helping me. But my mind's blank. See, I'm terrible with names. So if I forget a name, I do apologize because, yeah, that's just how I am. And then Donna, your question, I will be answering that in a upcoming video because I do not know the answer right now, but I will be answering like how many zeros I took and how many, how many days I hiked, how many zeros I took, all that. Yeah, I am going to answer those questions because I kind of want to know for myself. I don't know. I can tell you that basically, just real quick, I started February the 20th. I finished my hike December the 23rd. And so basically that's about 10 months, but I got off trail for 2 full months because of the COVID. So I guess it was basically 8 months of hiking, although I did take pretty much 2 weeks off in November. So I guess roughly 7.5 months of hiking, but I will give all that information in another video. Lauren, do you feel like you're in really good shape right now? I do, but then I haven't hiked in a week, so I have a feeling I'm going to lose my hiker legs here pretty quick. But I am going to start. I'm going to start running again. I was a runner before I hiked, and because unfortunately, just doing a hike once a week is not going to keep me in shape. So I'm probably going to start doing some like running, like just around my neighborhood. To get back in shape, but I wanted to give my body a little chance to kind of take a break, and not be doing a bazillion things. So many people ask about the cost of my hike. I'm just, I want to help answer questions for people. If you have like legitimate questions about like the cost of hiking, I mean, the tough thing is it's a really tough answer to give because it really is. There's so many variables, but I don't know. I guess because y'all think, I want to know how much she spent because I want to know if I can do what she did. And I'm just going to tell you, if you want to live it up on a thru hike, save a lot of money up. I'm just telling you, save a lot of money. I mean, that's just a given. And you're not going to go out there with a few $1,000s, I can tell you that. I mean, it's not cheap. You may live like you're homeless, but you ain't homeless. I mean, you're not homeless financially.
That doesn't include gear.
But I can tell you, yeah, because obviously it doesn't include gear.
Because stuff wears out without you realizing it.
I know that. I can tell you though, I would not have done the hike I did. I mean, I know y'all saw me going to hotels and stuff, and other things. I would have never done that if, for one, you all had been so generous toward me, and if I hadn't been doing the YouTube videos, and not just doing the YouTube videos, I was very fortunate in that for whatever reason, my videos kind of took off when I hiked this year. And a lot of people, I mean, a lot of thru hikers don't get that, and it's almost kind of like sad, because like they'll do videos and they're not getting very many views, and it's like, why? I don't understand like how that works, but I got really lucky on that, and so I know I had a very special thru hike, and so all I can say is thank you. Why did you leave your campsite in Maine in the middle of the night? Because there was the guy there that was a total jerk, and I did not talk about it in that video because at the time I did not want to talk about him. I still don't want to talk about. That's what he wanted. He found I was a YouTuber, and he thought I would be, I guess, talking about him. So I'm not gonna harp on this much, but just that's what it was. It was a very, very ugly thru hiker. I mean, he was the one and only hiker on the entire trail that was ugly, the one and only, and I've never met anybody like that. And it was so bad that we thought he might be crazy. and he might try to harm us. So we left. So we wouldn't be in the middle of the night. And I mean, I'm not making a joke about it. I'm not trying to, because obviously last year was kind of awful for that. So
when she contacted me, I was livid.
but anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about it. About that, I don't want to give him any kind of attention because, But anyway, yeah, that's what it was. I mean, that's sad reality. That's what it was. And I'm not really the kind of, I know you see me cry in videos and you see me sort of seem like I'm not a meek person. I can hold my own. And
yes, you can.
it was just a smart decision I felt like to make. Whether or not that person was dangerous or not, I think it was the right choice. I would say if you're going to be on a hike, don't try to make trouble. Don't ever try to get in a fight with somebody. That's just not. I mean, just don't.
Don't be a douche.
Honey, it's still.
That's not a bad word.
It's kind of a bad word.
Well, okay, I'm sorry.
Not that I don't use bad words, guys. I mean, I'm not Princess Perfect here, but
I'm just saying,
I don't put it on my YouTube videos.
If you've got a problem,
there are young children that
just
watch
be
these videos.
nice. You know.
What was your favorite trail town? Oh man, oh that's tough.
Well, for me, it was Mark and Gary. I mean, Karen and Gary. I'm sorry, Karen and Gary at the Iron Horse.
That's not a trail town.
But I really have a
That's
soft.
not a trail town.
I know, but I have a soft spot for Hot Springs. I really
Hot
do.
Springs is a very cool town. It really was, and it did do us right while we were there. I don't know. There was a few. I'm gonna do favorites on another video, and I say that because I really want to watch my videos again, and I really want to relive it, and I really want to be able to go. Okay, I really haven't. I really don't.
She fast edits them.
It'd be kind of fun to actually relive my hike. If you want to know the cost of a through hike, there is Google. I know, Google. I know. I really do want to help you guys though. If you're looking to do that, I'm just gonna tell you, yeah, it's pricing will vary, but I would say
it's like a car. You can buy a beater or you can buy a nice one.
Save up as much.
There's an in between.
Save up as much as you can, and then when you think you've saved up enough, keep saving. That's my advice. Unless you just want to go out there and sleep in your tent all the time, you can do that. Were you ever concerned of the rides from people who picked you up or the help from strangers? Yeah. Honestly, there was a few times that I was like, I just don't know. Like, yeah, you always kind of wonder, is it going to be somebody who's like, what, and I was pleasantly surprised. I hitchhiked a few times. Was actually pretty nervous about that, but it worked out great. Yeah, I actually had a guy, I don't think I even talked about it in my video, but when I was in Virginia, when I was, I don't remember what town I was in. Golly, I shouldn't do these videos, I can't remember anything. Anyway, when I was in, wherever I was at, Virginia, I was hiking back to my hotel, and I had, walking back to my hotel, and I had like bags of groceries and my resupply, and it was cold, and this guy pulls up, and I think he thought I was homeless, like for literal homeless, and he said, do you need a ride somewhere? And I was like, I said, and I thought for a second, I thought, I said, well, yeah, sure, and I said, I'm just up here at this hotel, and he's like, yeah, he goes, it's too cold to be out here walking. And I said, yeah. I said, well, I've been doing it for months. And he goes, oh, that's not good. And I was just like, I thought, bless his heart, he thought I was homeless. And you have to feel for homeless people.
There are some good people out there.
I said, well, I've been hiking the Appalachian Trail. And then he was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so, but yeah, I've always had I had good experiences with that. Had you not been filming, do you think you would have finished the hike sooner? Caroline asked that. So my quick answer is no. But nothing's ever black and white. My quick answer is no, because for the most part when I was hiking, my filming didn't really affect my hike that much. I know people think that it did, but I am a 2-mile, hi Tara, the Tara that we're doing is on here. In fact, I just want to give her a little shout out because she's her husband did a through hike a couple years ago, and they have a YouTube channel, And they're one of the ones that could use some love. So
Yes,
give
they
them,
can.
go to their YouTube channel, The Dower Duo.
They're really
and
cool
follow them. Taylor's on here too. Taylor's doing pretty good for herself. I'm just kidding, Taylor. I'm kidding. I'm sure all y'all are going to be following Taylor this coming year. She's going to be hiking.
You got it,
But
girl.
go follow the Dower Duo. She's in the middle of, they got a van, and she's building this whole van by herself. And I think it's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Anyway, back to what was I saying? Good Lord. I just get off on a tangent.
Squirrel.
What were we talking about? Help me out, guys. You're like, good Lord, we've been on here for an hour and a half. What in the world? You guys are apparently entertained, so we'll keep going.
We have nothing
Why
better
not?
to do. We're
What
off
we gonna
tomorrow.
do? I mean, it's late at night. Whatever. What we gonna do?
Disc golf, that's it.
Too bad I don't have like some martini or something going on here.
I can get you more time. We got some moonshine.
No. Yeah, we got some moonshine.
Welcome to Tennessee. We got moonshine.
What was I talking about? Good gracious.
Thank you, Christy.
Lord.
Speaking of.
Hello. Do you ever get tired of filming? Filming, that's what we're talking about. So on the trail, I'm a 2 mile per hour hiker at best. So no, I didn't hike any faster when I did film. And think about it, I hiked for like 10 hours a day, and my videos are about 30 minutes around 30 minutes. So that's,
But dear,
yeah.
you probably could have shaved a couple of weeks off because you had to go into town to upload them.
Okay, so I will say this
That
though.
was huge.
Yeah, so I will say this about the filming, and if you're someone who's going to do it through hiking, you're going to YouTube it, especially if you're going to do daily videos. I do not regret doing daily videos, but you're going to have to go in town and do zeros. I know people are like, you take too many zeros. Well, guess what? If I didn't take zeros, there would have been no videos.
There would be no videos to watch.
So that's just something to think about. And yeah. So yeah, but do you ever get tired of filming? There were days when I would be like, oh crap, yeah, I haven't filmed anything. But keep in mind, my filming the entire hike was for myself. And what I mean by that, obviously I was filming, talking to you guys, things like that. But what I mean is, I never was like, oh my gosh, I have to film it like this, and I have to do this for all the people watching. It was more like, hey, I want to remember this part of the trail. I want to remember this. I want to remember this, what just happened. So that's the stuff I wanted to film. And so I didn't really get tired of it because I'm really kind of excited to now to be able to kind of go back and relive this hike. And every day get to relive every day. And so I'm very, very happy I filmed every day. It was a lot of work. It added a lot to what I had to do on my hike. But it was definitely worth it. Yeah. So Danny, the camper, said camper costs $2.50 to $3 per mile. Yeah.
That sounded about right.
I don't know. I can't do
That
math.
would technically
I can't do
sound-
math right now.
To me, that would sound
If you
about right.
got zero help on the trail and you wanted to live it up, yeah, you're going to spend a lot of money. But that's the thing. I mean, everybody, oh my gosh, I'm so...
And then with COVID and everything else skyrocketing, I mean, I couldn't imagine what the prices would
I know,
be
I can tell you
now.
that a lot of the videos you see say like $6,000. I think that's a very low number.
Yeah, that was probably
That
1990s prices.
No, I don't know if it was that, but just like, I'll give you for instance, they say hiking the AT is like climbing Mount Everest 16 times. It's like climbing Mount Everest almost 18 times. The elevation gain and loss is like 500 and almost 12,000 at this point. So it's actually higher, but none of that marketing material has been updated. So, Chris Whittington asked me, did you carry some sort of protection? In the very beginning, I had a little thing of mace and a knife, and I sent it home. I just never once had a situation where I felt like I should have something like that. Except for that one, well, no. Even with that person, I never felt like I needed to have that. I don't know. I think it's a terrible situation if you get into a predicament where you're in danger on the Appalachian Trail. Anything can happen, that's for sure. But I think, considering how many people hike it every year,
I would be
I
more
never
worried about
felt
injury than
I
being
never
in
really
confrontation.
felt the only time I felt like nervous or scared or stuff was in my own imagination, you know, like, oh man, I'm gonna be out here. And I remember one time I was hiking in the snow and I was like, what if somebody comes out here and they like stalk me? You know, just crazy stuff, you know, but not in reality. Oh, did I miss Pigtail's mom's comment? Oh man, sorry, Carissa. Tell Pigtails I said hi.
Yes, hi Pigtails.
How tall are you? 5'5". Paul, what was the one thing you saw on trail and didn't get on video and really wished you had?
Oh, I remember a couple.
Really? Help me.
They were animals.
But did I? Oh, I did. There was a bird.
Yes.
There was this like really cool looking bird. I didn't get that on
There was
video.
a few things you told me animal-wise that you wished you didn't have time to get your camera out to get.
Well, there were some deer, but I got a lot of deer on video. For the most part, from what I can remember, I got most things on video. I mean, I'm sure there was moments like here and there where like a moment would happen on the trail, like with whether it was with some other people around or myself or whatever, and I would think, oh, I probably should have filmed that. Because there was a lot of times like I was definitely never in a mindset of I need to be filming. So hi from Japan. Well, hello. Where I would be caught up in the moment and I would be living in the moment. And so I don't regret any of that, even though I didn't get it filmed, just because I think that's important. It was important for me when I was out on the trail to not make the whole YouTubing thing how long will this video go? Yeah, that's so funny. I don't know. It's longer than I had intended it to be. So I probably should get ready to cut it short. I kind of was looking at you guys to see how many people were still here.
Roll call.
But y'all are still here. So I'm like, well.
Roll call.
Normally I don't do it this long. I do like an hour. And we're getting up there.
Let's do this. We got wood to burn.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm obviously just I'm enjoying just hanging out with you guys. What type of food bag did you use? It was light AF.
And I really want one more bags.
Yes, I'm doing a breakdown of gear. It's the next video, which will be up in about a week. The longest time you hiked without seeing another person, 5 days. 5 days. As long as my videos are not this long. Hello. All right. Well. All right. Some of you guys are dropping off. Some of y'all are still here. All right. Well, I won't keep you guys all night. I know y'all don't want to really miss anything. I mean, we're obviously just goofing off at this point. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something. That might be a pretty good question. What was the final outcome of the backpack problem? She never talked about it much. Did you adjust it or change it? I missed it. No, same backpack I finished with.
There we go.
It was okay. The pack was fine. I think if you want to get a ULA pack, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna knock it. I had a little bit of a customer service experience that I wasn't too thrilled with. I'm not gonna go into that because I don't want to knock a company. Because at the end of the day, the pack was fine. It was. I still think the straps. I wish they were located differently, but it ended up not being that uncomfortable, and it was fine. Honestly, it actually ended up working out pretty good. So I have nothing really bad to say about the pack, and it was okay. So yeah, there's that. Were there any time you were truly frightened? Okay, real quick, and then I think we'll just leave it at that because this video is very long. One being that I was in Maine and I was climbing up a side of a rock. that was pretty steep and it was pretty flat and there wasn't a lot of foot and handholds, and I almost slipped and it scared me, like thinking I was gonna fall. So there was that, and then hiking at night sometimes was pretty scary, truthfully. I mean, especially by myself, so yeah. Okay, so let me do one more question and then I guess I'll let you guys go, and y'all can go to sleep if you want. Next trail, I don't know. I don't know yet. As far as the next trail, it'll probably just be like a day hike or something. So let me know if you want me to video that kind of stuff. I assumed I would still keep videoing that. But anyway, yeah. So let's see. Gail just asked, were you nervous with the hunters around? Not too bad. It actually, I saw a few on the trail and that kind of took away that nervousness. They were dressed like me, like with the same, just a orange hat, so.
And I thought she was going to bring a hunting dog home with her.
No, yeah.
She fell in love with one.
So anyway, well, thank you guys for being here. I know this
Yes,
was an
cheers.
extra long video than I normally do. I normally just do like an hour-long video. Yes, Angela, will be hiking with you.
Yes.
I'm sorry
Tell
if I
Roger
did
to
not
contact me for
get
this
to a
talk.
question or if I didn't say hi to you. I apologize. This particular live was important for me to like really try to interact with you guys. I'm just so thankful for all of you all.
Yes,
It's just
thank you.
been, I had an amazing 2020. I really did. And I am very grateful for all of you all. And I know that my through hike was like a dream through hike. I had so many people helping me out, and I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know if I could truly finish it, and I did. I did it. And
You're pretty damn awesome.
anyway, but I am just thankful for you all because I'm pretty introverted, and it's just really hard for me to like talk to a group of people, and but this way it makes it easier, and I just can't believe how many people have felt inspired by me and felt very like I have so many of y'all watching me even now, and I'm just a regular person. I'm just like everybody else, and I'm just really thankful. I just never dreamt this year could have been what it was. I mean, it could have. And I just think about if I hadn't went back out on the trail, how different my life might have been. And so I'm so grateful. And now, anyway, so thank you so much. And I will
Yes,
still be having
thank you all.
more videos coming out. Like I said, I got a gear video coming out, and probably like in a week. So just comment, let me know like what videos you'd like to see. Like I said, I really thought about trying to do like a reaction video to some of my daily videos I did on the trail. So if you would like that, like just look at the videos and tell me which ones to react to. Some of the ones where you're really unsure if I was even going to finish the trail. But anyway, I won't keep y'all any longer, and I just am so grateful for all of y'all and for being here, and I hope y'all have a wonderful evening, and I hope each of y'all have an amazing, incredible, blessed 2021. Let's
Happy
hope for a
2021,
great
everybody.
year. I think it's going to be a great year. Let's all stay positive.
Best of wishes.
And if you have a dream or desire that you want to do, I hope that you will go for it with full force and
Do
just
it.
know if I can do it and I can do it, you can do it. So with that being said, good night, you all.
Good night.
And I love you. See you on the next video. All right, bye.
Bye and sayonara from Japan.